Hey everybody, welcome to Entrepreneurial Stories vlog number 2. In this vlog I'm going to talk about partners. So going back, way back to the 1990s, early 1990s, I had a business unrelated to technology whatsoever, but that business was the reason I got into coding in the first place. And I'll get into that in another vlog. So I had a single business partner at the time. So it was a 50-50 split in the company. We both pretty much started together, although I was sort of getting it off the ground maybe 6 months before he jumped in, but he was a necessary component to the business because he had contacts in industry I did not have, so it was necessary for him to be around. Fast forward a couple of years after launch, I forget now, it could be 2, it could be 3 years later after launch. The company at this point in time, still small, but profitable, making money, and we're growing. We were approached by somebody that we knew who was, I guess in their late 50s, early 50s, who was very successful, had a company worth tens and tens of millions of dollars. So one day, I get a call from him in from his car, which was a big deal back in those days. Cell phones were not common. And so he said, Steph, come out. I want to talk to you about something. So I said, okay, sure. Now at this point in time, we didn't do really much business with him, although we're sort of dancing around the issue about maybe doing some business with him, but nothing materialized at this point in time. So he comes by my place. I get in there with his a big car, a big Mercedes or something, and so he says to me, Steph, I want to do business with you guys, so what I'm proposing to do is buy out half the company, where he would give us a big cash payout, and then we're going to work together to build out this business. I think it has legs, and you guys have talent, but you guys are young, and with a little bit of cash and some guidance, we can really speed up the process. So being young and full of piss and vinegar, I was against the whole idea to begin with, because I said, well, why? I got half the company. Why am I going to sell this guy half, only have 25%, and then have to deal with this third partner who is going to fight with us all the time? Well, maybe. It's hard to say. So the deal did not go through. It was a bunch of back and forth and so on and so forth, but because I didn't want to lose my independence. There we go. I didn't want to lose my independence. I said, forget it. The deal is no go. In retrospect, though, I think it would have been a wise deal to make. A couple of reasons. Number one, well, a few reasons. Diversification. You see, at this point, he was willing to give us a decent amount of cash. So that would have been interesting to us, because then you would have had a little money on the side. Traders in the stock market will tell you that's a good move. Diversify. If you have an opportunity to sell out a portion of an investment and pocket the money and put it in a safe place, that could be a good thing. Yeah, you won't get as much upside, but if there's down, at least you've made some money. So that's number one. Number two, when you have a far more experienced business partner, somebody's got a lot of money, there could be an imbalance there, or if they're nefarious, they can push you out. It could be a dangerous thing, but it also could be a very good thing, because A, they bring their experience, they bring their contacts, and their ability to inject cash into the business. So there also is that advantage. And number three, by having a third partner, you can break stalemates in any decisions that you may be faced with in the business. Two partners with 50-50 ownership could come to an impasse, and a big fight can break out, and it could be a while before you get resolution where you can go in one direction or the other. But if you have a third partner, then he or she can break that stalemate so that the business can move forward. There's downside and upside to everything in life and in business. So looking back all these years, especially when I was so young, I think to myself, you know what? Sure, I'll dilute my ownership, meaning sell off a chunk, but I get money in my pocket. I'll bring in a highly experienced and liquid partner, liquid meaning as cash. And so we get to leverage that experience, and we also get to have a tiebreaker vote in the case of any problems with the business. So looking back, hindsight is always 20/20, but this is something, looking back, I would have done. Now, the business continued for a few years until I sold out my position, and I'll get into why I sold out my position in the business a couple, 2, 3 years later, I forget what it is. That doesn't impact on my decision. Even if the business would have grown and continued to grow for many, many, many years, I still think, looking back with experienced eyes, that would have been something to consider more seriously. Because remember, the business that you have today, especially your first business, is probably your learning business. And you probably, if you're a serial entrepreneur, you're going to be definitely involved in other businesses. So yes, you don't got 50% or 100% of your first business. That's fine. If you can accelerate your learnings curve, you can inject capital, take some money off the table, protect yourself at such a young age. Makes sense. Bye-bye.